Hello, Fringers. The following podcast may not be suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised. Last time on Angel City Stories.
Identico.
Identico After Dark.
That's going to be the new specials.
We start our lovely story today in the fall of 2099, and we rejoin the story with our friend Hades, who our normal crew knows as their friendly local neighborhood arms and armor dealer.
Hello.
Hello. Is this Flynn?
Depends who's asking.
Well, so my name's Peter. I got your number from Ivan, who got it from Christy, who got it from Nikolai, who I believe was the fixer on that job you did up in Vancouver.
And I will call Cricket.
Cricket gives you kind of a sideways smile as he's missing half the teeth on the left side of his face. Who is it?
Cricket, it is Flynn. Do you remember me from a few years ago? Had that escort mission?
Oh yeah. How's that discharge? Is it, you still have it?
Nope. Got rid of that. I'm all good.
Those pills work then?
Oh yeah. Straight as an arrow. Straight as an arrow. Thank you.
You have reached the voicemail of Corvus. Please leave a message. Moments later, your phone rings. You got a job for me?
Yes, I do. You feel like getting paid?
What's my stake?
A lot of money.
This is Bellamy Odell. She's a project manager with Malfinia, who we were pretty sure was brought in to oversee construction at the dig site in South Africa. She was dating a security operations specialist, Shauna Sierra. She's an old school Fringer B&E specialist, which is why Malfinia hired her. Bellamy and Shauna have both gone missing. We're pretty sure Malfinia detained them and moved them. So the job is to break them out.
Cricket checks Finder to see if there's any Joy Boys nearby.
Strangely enough, 3 of your hits come from inside the compound.
They're inside the room.
We're back.
Okay. So all of you wake up the next morning as you step out of your vehicle there, Corvus. You notice that the heat is already oppressive down here in southern Texas. And because you're so close to Houston and the water, the humidity is just killer.
Man, I'm glad I wore them loose pants. Whew. Need a good breeze up in here. Hey, Cricket.
Once again, you wake up. There's a nice spread in the guest house of food, a nice continental breakfast for you.
Mighty hospitable of them. What do you think, Flynn? This good or no? What do you think?
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right.
I'm not going to make anything special. Make some coffee, bagel, cream cheese.
Fantastic.
Whip up a little smoothie.
They've got some lox in the fridge if you want that for your bagel.
I'm not a lox guy.
Cricket comes out of the bathroom. Does their plunger? Or just close that one off. Is there a second bathroom?
I believe there's 3.
He goes into a second one. Closes the door.
Well, they're never hiring us again.
Corvus, as you're sitting outside of your thing, drinking some coffee, you see Peter. He was, well, new, bright and shiny day, isn't it?
Yeah, the one thing I never miss about Texas is how bad my balls stick to my right leg. It's always my right leg. It's never my left. I don't know. It must be the way I stand or I lean or something. I don't know, but I don't miss it.
Never in my life have I met people who want to talk about balls more than Americans.
It's a it's a special bit of the je ne sais quoi that they have here in America.
I'm sorry, did you sneeze?
Obviously.
Slightly. It's okay.
Just say quoi. That's what it sounded like when you said it to me. It sounded like a sneeze.
Bless you, my child.
Well, gentlemen, obviously, we'll leave you to your work, but if you need any assistance with anything or any help, please feel free to ask.
Well, about that, our friend Corvus would actually like to have a conversation with who was our hacker lady last night? I believe her name was Cassie, correct?
No. Here now. We talked about this, and I may not be the best person to have that conversation, Hades. We discussed it.
Well, fine then. I would like to talk with your hacker if she is so inclined to.
I think that's much better. That's
I
good
believe that
decision.
her and Tara are eating breakfast in the courtyard.
Well, fantastic. Do they like mimosas?
I'll be honest, I don't know.
Well,
You probably have to ask them.
You know what? Let me go ahead and load up 2 right here on this tray. I'll take them to them then.
No, Hades, I'll come with you as I'll be your wingman, right? I'll fly. I'll make sure you fly right. How about that?
Fantastic, my friend. Fantastic. And he'll come out with 2 mimosas out into the garden area, and
No. Hold on before you go. And Corvus runs into the truck and comes back out with a bottle that looks like a window cleaner, and there's a handwritten label on it, and it says "Smell good." And he sprays that bottle up into the air like 3 times. He just walks into it and he says, "All right, now you do the same thing. I'm gonna spray this up, and you just walk into the cloud. You just let it drape over you.
It's quite
like a light summer rain, like a mist.
It's quite all right, my friend. I brought some of my own that I put on earlier.
No. Okay. I mean.
No. I appreciate it.
Help. I mean, a good wingman tries to make sure that his pilot is prepared.
No,
right?
I completely understand now. I completely understand.
This seduction, man, it's a tricky game. I don't know you've done it before.
It's a delicate dance that you play with your partner.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right.
Yeah.
Let's go dancing.
All right. And so he'll take 2 mimosas out there with him, and as he'll come around, he'll do it correctly as a waiter. So he'll come in on the right side and then set it down in front of each of the ladies. And then as he comes in, he'll be like, "Well, now, I hope that you are in such a manner that you would at least have a small morning brunch toast with me here now. I have but a few types of things I'd like to talk to y'all about if you would not be so inclined."
The 2 of them just kind of look at each other, shrug, and then grab the mimosas and down them like champs.
Fantastic.
Like just straight down.
As
Women
Corvus
after my
approaches
own
from
heart.
behind, as Corvus approaches behind Hades, there is a distinct scent of like lavender and a little bit of there's like a very light scent with a heavy undertone of degreaser.
Fantastic. Now, ladies, my friend Corvus here, a fine, upstanding gentleman. Now, we are all understanding of the task that is of our hand here. I would love if you would be able or so inclined to be able to help us in a couple of manners. Now, I would not be asking any delicate flowers, although I can tell that y'all can handle
you say
yourselves.
delicate flowers, like Tara laughs, like guffaws would be the best term.
Now see, again, ladies after my own heart here. So y'all know what we about to try to change. Can we get some eyes in the sky, if you know what I mean?
What are you looking for?
Where the hell are we going?
I mean, ladies, we're content to stare at your eyes for the rest of this endeavor, but we could really use them up there.
Okay. She goes, it's a black Side, it's going to be hard to spot with satellite or drone. They hide them pretty well.
Well, I mean, but y'all seem, I feel like you saying the word hard gives me a feeling that you can probably do this without a whole lot of trouble.
No, that's what we're saying. Is it could be difficult, but we can try. So they will. So you see her pull out a really impressive looking glow, and she pops out a thing. She goes, "Let's see whose drone we can steal." And you see her like set some augmented reality glasses in front of her. She slips on some gloves, and she goes into her chair. Okay. She goes, got one. And she goes, all right, we're heading for Sonora now.
Fantastic.
Did she say that she was in?
No, she said she got one.
She's not a good hacker. I don't trust her.
That is fair, my friend.
So you see Tara reaches over, like leaves for a minute, comes back with like a larger screen. She sets it up and hooks it up to the hacker's glow, and now you can kind of see what she's seeing. And so you see she's flying west on the 10. She goes, okay, that's Sonora. There's the town. And there to the southwest is their quote-unquote legit prison. She goes, what am I looking for?
Are there any mountain ranges, or are we in the hill country out this way?
Some low-rise hills out here. So to the northeast and the north, actually, basically every direction, there is just winding dirt roads that go out to look like treatment plants, kind of at first glance. Kind of go all out, like in a spider web, out from the town. Lots and lots of dirt roads.
Well, I tell you what. How much would it take for you, ladies of your persuasion to be continuing to be our eyes in the sky for this mission?
That's why we're here.
Oh, well, fantastic. Then we have an understanding. If it is a black site, then it is likely completely off the grid, and I do not believe that they will allow your drone to be up in the air for too long, but I do believe they're probably going to hide them somewhere in them here hills.
Listen here, Tara. If I was to give you a private code to my glow here, and also to link up with my special lady, my vehicular over there, could you send that data over yonder?
Yeah, sure.
Here, where can I? Let me. And he keys something into his glow. There, that should give you the requisite access to everything I have at my disposal.
She says, okay.
Hades is very proud of Corvus for reverse getting digits. Very smooth.
She hooks.
He's very good at handing his number out.
You see, Tara has like put in an overlay over the drone thingy. She goes, the search area is about 50 square miles. Oh no, sorry, 218 square miles. She goes, you're gonna have to narrow this down quite a bit.
Well, if you are able to run in a way that, if you know where the actual prison is, so there's one of two things that I believe to be true here. There's either a prison under the prison, and that is their black site, and that is where they use all of those things, or they are hiding them somewhere else in them their hills in their country. So one of two things will be true. Either they will be bringing things in and out on a very regular schedule, or we're going to see a lot of those kind of cars going somewhere else. And I believe if we watch long enough, we will figure something out.
Tara looks at you, she goes, the question is do you have long enough? Typically you want at least a couple of weeks worth of data to try and do that kind of analysis.
I gave up the business world a long time ago now. We don't work on data anymore.
I mean, I can make a suggestion. Perhaps you can maybe. Can you get into detention's monitoring system? Because I'm sure they got satellites of their own watching their own facilities that probably have I don't know, footage on them.
She goes, we can get into their public-facing stuff, and this is the hacker talking. She goes, but in order for me to get into their system, my guess is I'd have to have somebody install a gateway somewhere in one of their facilities. Field office, corporate office.
Oh, I believe we happen to know right where one of those there field offices are.
You know, we got a gentleman, a talented individual with us, talented in many ways with the medical equipment, who may be able to, talk his way onto the site. Would that give you possibly a way in if we could get him on the site to install something on the back end for you?
Yeah, she pulls out a satchel, and in it, she takes out 3 data sticks that are about yay long. They look like standard data port sticks. She goes, if you can install or attach one of these to a computer inside the building, I can do the rest.
Corvus looks over at Hades. I think our man can do that.
Well, one is opportunity awaits. We'll see what we can do to get our man inside. How far away? Remind me. How far away is that office from where we are at now?
Well, that field office is just some hills and hollers away. It ain't no thing for my girl over there.
Well, then I believe we have ourselves our first step of the mission.
If I'd like to make a suggestion, driving your giant tank through Houston, good way to attract attention.
So the little field office, you said, is in Houston, right?
Yeah.
So what if Cricket and I go? I'm sure they have a bike or a small car. I could, as a freelancer, ask around for some work, see if there's any jobs on the board that smell like nectar, and Cricket could either try to get in for some freelance medical work or just see if any of his fellow travelers along his unique path of life might have heard something, because
I don't necessarily
people like him.
I don't have to necessarily get the job. I just got to be in the building. I can just go in with a resume and go, I'm looking for a job. And while I'm in there, I mean, they don't have to hire me. They just have to let me near a computer.
Why not? We can head off. You both can sit tight here, try to get some more intel, plan, figure out if there's anything else hinky about who we're for, the huge.
I mean, we might not be able to take the crow's nest into the city, but we can get you close.
That way, if something goes south, then at least you're not so far away.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to leave you out there with your ass hanging in the wind, right?
Fair point. Is there like a motorcycle I can borrow?
We've got sedans, motorcycles, all kinds of stuff.
Let's grab a sedan, a little bit more protected, just in case.
That's a good idea. I don't trust donor cycles.
So how about we both drive to town, and you two can stay a little ways away from where we're actually going, and then Cricket and I can drive in a little bit deeper.
I think that sounds like a fantastic plan.
Perhaps one of these wonderful ladies could center one of them satellites over the field office so we can watch from inside the crow's nest and just kind of keep an eye on y'all.
She's like, we can use drones.
Well, hey, that'll work. Any port in a storm, right?
Okay, so she sends you the address where their field office is in Houston to your glow. So how are you, like, Cricket and Flynn, are you gonna grab a sedan and just kind of like tow it behind the crow's nest, or are you gonna just have the crow's nest bring you to the edge of town and take public transport?
We got a great big convoy.
Yeah, I was thinking, why are we not convoying?
No, we're gonna do a convoy. We're gonna just drive ourselves in the sedan, and the crow's nest also drive to a more.
Mana, can I ask for?
Location.
Could I ask for a motorcycle? Can we fit one in your truck, just in case?
Oh, I mean, there's plenty of room in the back there in the cargo space for a couple motorcycles. You could fit a couple large carts back there.
Okay.
Electric vehicles. I mean, there's plenty.
Do they have any
storage
gators
space back there?
Do they have any gators on site? I'll take one of those. Okay, I'll take one of those. Okay, I'll take one of those because then I can put other people in there in case shit. Like, well, in case shit, we can do it.
Our gator's going to be a tight fit, but we can make it work.
It'll be fine. Hopefully, we'll never have to use it.
Open, it's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
We'll just strap it in. You know, a couple bunch of cords. It'll be fine.
Fantastic.
They give us three data sticks.
Yeah.
Yep, 3.
She goes, okay. If you happen to get deeper, she has them labeled 1, 2, and 3. She goes, this one builds a gateway. This is number 1.
Number 1.
Right?
Yes.
Number 2. This one is one that I call Drill Baby Drill.
Drill. 2 to drill. Drill goes to number 2. Gotcha.
Drill Baby Drill is a targeted data extractor. Okay? The trick is it has to stay in the system, and it will suck the data into the thing, which means you have to stay with it, or you'll lose the data.
So, 2 sucks data. Gotcha.
Right. Number 3 makes the system go night-night.
Night. Okay.
Okay. This is what we call the ghost, right? It's like when the ghost gets Pac-Man, and it goes, whap, whap. Okay? It does that to their system. Got it?
Okay, next question.
Yes.
Are they waterproof?
I mean, they're water resistant, but don't go swimming with them.
Okay.
Oh, God.
This is gonna go swimmingly. I cannot wait.
Okay. So the address that she gives you is to Heritage Plaza in downtown Houston. The plaza is made up of basically 4 buildings. There is one building in the northwest side of the plaza that is the building where their offices are. There's a sky bridge that goes from the southwest side of that building to another tower on the southwest side of the plaza. There's another building on the east side of the plaza that's like a 7-story brutalist architecture something, right? And it's unmarked as you do your first drive through. There's a big open central plaza between all 3 of them, and then on the north side of the plaza, it looks like an old historical building that the tower was literally butted up against, that your target people are in, and it's about 3 stories tall with a very fancy like brick facade with like gargoyles on the front. You're not sure what it used to be. You'd have to look around. And they're surrounded on all sides by streets. The plaza itself has a fountain in the center that kind of arrays out in like a ray system toward the north, toward the main tower, which is where detention's offices are. There is limited street parking, but there is a parking garage northwest of detention's tower, or the tower that detention is in here in Houston.
So as we drive in, I would like to actually get out early, have Cricket drive in and park, and then I will walk towards the building. And I've geared up. I've picked a couple things to bring with me just in case.
Okay, how are you guys dressed?
So I am wearing typical slacks, button up, and a nice blazer.
Okay.
A lime green thrift shop suit that is high water enough where you can see my white socks with red stripes, and penny loafers, and a what do they call those? Pork pie hat.
Man, Hades, say what you want about cricket, but the boy's got style.
He does, my man. He really
Are you wearing
does.
a tie, Cricket?
Yeah, it's a bolo tie. Because I'm
Polo tie, for sure.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Somebody get Dylan on the horn. We need this drawn tonight.
Oh my God.
and his hair is completely slicked back. He's got kind of a widow's peak, like a severe widow's peak, but you never see it because his hair is always on his face. So he has a severe widow's peak, so it's all pulled back into like a high bun.
Okay. So it's kind of a mixture of like 80s slick back widow's peak hair with 70s lime green suit and a bolo tie.
Yes.
American
What kind of
Psycho
shoe?
meets
Got it.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Penny loafers.
Yes.
Pennies in the loafers.
Okay. Okay, and Corvus and Hades, where are you staking out your position?
Is there an RV park anywhere around there?
No. You're
Damn.
in downtown Houston.
Oh God. I don't know if we need to be this far into downtown. We need to be on the
That's where the
outskirts and the subs. No, we need to be in the suburbs or something
Okay,
somewhere.
so if okay, so
I mean, I typically don't carry enough souls to put this in valet, if you know what I mean.
Right. No, I think we need to be out near the Cypress area. Let's just blend in with the big trucks out that way. Not in
Oh, yeah,
downtown.
for certain. I mean, we can certainly post up at a truck stop.
Yeah, that's
All right.
yeah, usually more what I'm
Truck
talking about.
stop to where you're going is out in Julif, which is about about 20 miles as the crow flies from the office.
Okay, that's fine enough.
Tarnation. That's a bit far. We should probably hop in your scooter and your gator there. We should probably get a little closer.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Is there flare
So you
launchers on this
two
gator?
approach the city. You get a text from Terra telling you to release the drones that they gave you.
To us? Oh, okay.
You gave him drones.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I mean, you would throw them in the air? You let them sit on the ground, or
She's got four quadcopters with what look like adaptive camouflage on the bottom side. So they kind of shimmer as you turn them on, and as you turn them on, they get a strong signal, and they just kind of take off on their own.
oh, I put that on my truck. I should get that camouflage on my truck like that. It'll interfere with
And so
my mural.
She sends you a text saying, "Got good signal, thanks." Smiley face.
look at that, Corvus. You getting inroads, my boy.
No, smiley face is the first step on the road to an eggplant.
I'm gonna need someone to clip that because that is life lessons from Corvus.
So you guys are going to come in a little closer in the gator. Where are you going to stake out in the gator?
We'll leave that up to Hades.
There's a park to the north. Looks like there's a shopping mall a couple miles away.
Oh, shopping mall. They got a food court.
Yeah,
Just
that sounds
south of
bright.
the
Right.
I-10. No, the I-45.
Is that the Galleria out that way? Perhaps. Yes. Yeah, let's go to the Galleria. They've got good food.
Now I want to get one of them Taqueria Julius's that I heard. You know, it mixes the best parts of the taco and burrito with the citrus flavor. It's supposed to go down real smooth.
Fantastic. Let's go to the mall.
Let's go to the mall.
Okay, so you guys head toward the mall. Flynn and Cricket, you are driving up toward the office building. Where would you... So are you, like, dropping him off, or what are you doing?
So I want Cricket to drive in, and I'm going to jump out like a half mile out and walk.
Okay.
I want to try to find an office that might be like where a freelancer could get work. If such a thing exists.
Texas is pretty buttoned up about this. They tend to keep that stuff really, really well hidden. So it might take you some time.
So, is there a coffee shop or a little deli or anything right nearby?
There's actually one of them in the lobby of the building that you're headed to. And then there's another one across the street. One across the street looks like it's a Mexican place. So they've got, tortas and burritos and stuff like that. And then the one inside looks like a very core coffee place, bagels, black coffee, donuts, that kind of stuff.
I'm going to go to the one across the street.
Okay.
Get something to eat, hang out for a minute, see if anybody is coming over to get food from the office, and see what I can eavesdrop.
Okay. And so, Cricket, where are you going to park? You're just going to find street parking, or what are you doing?
I park right in. I park like right next to the front door.
Well, there's a plaza there, so you can't really get next to the front door.
Okay.
Unless you're going to run over like 70 people.
No.
So there's street parking there, but you're probably going to have to circle the block a couple times to finally get a spot.
Okay. Then they have. Oh, that's fine. I'll circle. That's fine.
It takes about 15 minutes, but you finally do. Somebody leaves, and so now you are parked on the east side of the building.
Okay.
Near the entrance to the actual plaza itself.
All right. And I'll just leave it unlocked and keys in it and walk, get out, have my attaché case, just walk to my my destination, waving at people.
You wave at people. You get some strange looks as you walk into the lobby of the building. As you enter the lobby of the building, you see there is... Oops. No, don't do that. The floor is like a hard gray slate tile. As you walk in, you see 4 hollow boards kind of lining the carpet that runs down the tile from the entrance, and those look to be like touchscreen directories for the whole building. Down at the end, you see a unarmed security guard sitting behind 3 monitors. He appears to be looking at camera feeds like half-assedly. He doesn't look like he's super engaged. You can see that his glow is kind of sitting out on the desk next to him, and he's kind of half like scrolling through social media as he watches the surveillance feeds. Behind them are 2 columns. And then as you go back on the right-hand side is the coffee shop that we discussed before. On the left-hand side says administrative offices. And then behind that, you see a bank of elevators just past the bathrooms.
Okay. So first stop would be the security desk.
It looks like people are just kind of walking past the security desk. It says information on the front.
All right.
So you think it's there for looks. The touchscreen boards are in front of the security desk to the right and left, and that appears to be where the directories are. You see a couple people stop at one of them and like look up, and you can touch in and type in the company you're looking for, and it'll tell you which floor it's on.
Okay. And I'm looking for
E10. The number 10.
Okay. And then I'll walk over to the information desk. I've got my falsies in, so I've got a very like Harvey Dent look now because my teeth on the one side is just a little bit too big for my mouth. I'm like,
the security guard, who appears to be in his late 50s, pretty heavy set. He's wearing a uniform for a well-known like security. They just provide random contract security to different office buildings. He goes, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, I'm looking for Detention Inc.
Yeah, public entrance is on the 14th floor.
14, gotcha. So, what about this weather, huh?
It's hot.
Yeah, I'm not from around here, but, you know, it's
pretty normal weather.
Is it? Oof. I've been thinking about relocating here, and I don't know about that. Is it always like this? Does it ever, like, get cool?
He goes, sometimes in the winter.
Okay. And I look at his name tag.
He doesn't actually have his name on his tag. He's just got one of those like corp badges that says, Protection Incorporated.
Protection Incorporated Guest Services or something. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right then. See ya. I'll walk over to the bank of elevators then.
Okay. So you walk behind the desk, and there's a large fountain in the lobby, and you walk around that and get to the elevator bank. Pressing the button, you wait a moment.
I don't touch my skin. I actually take my.
And after a few moments, the door opens, and two people who were there with you, all of you, get into the elevator. They touch various floors. One of them hits another button for 8, and then it won't light until he swipes his his chip. And then, but when you hit the 14, it just illuminates.
Right. How you doing? How you doing?
He looks at you and up and down at your suit, and he goes, "Great. You?"
Doing great today. Today's great. Great day.
Okay.
And
the elevator stops on its floor, and he gets off.
All right.
Have a good one, man.
Right. Yeah, you might want to get that spot looked at.
So the elevator closes and continues up to the 14th, and you hear ding, and you walk out into a lobby. As you enter the lobby, about 2 seconds. Yes, little loop. You enter into like a reception lobby area. You see, you see a small desk in front of you. There's a young man sitting behind it, and it says reception. And behind him, you see bays of cubicles and offices, and then he goes, "Can I help you?"
Oh, hi. My name's Carl Ontis, and I'm here for a job.
Okay.
You hiring?
Have you filled out an application?
Is it on the site? Then yes.
Okay. What was your last name again?
Ontis. O-N-T-S. Ontis.
He types on the computer in front of him, the terminal, and he's like, "I'm not finding your application. Are you sure you hit the submit button?"
Maybe. Can I take a look?
No, I can't have you touch the computer. Are you ONTS?
Ontus, yeah.
Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. I can't find it. So you can take this glow and do a chip scan, and it will fill out most of it for you, and all you have to do is fill out the assessment stuff on page 8.
Okay, and refresh my memory. The chip it's embedded in me.
It's in your arm if you have one.
I do. I have a real one. So I just go boop. There we go.
Is your character's real name Carl Ontus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he goes, you have to fill out the assessment. Have a seat over there and fill out the assessments on pages 7, 8, and 9.
I just stand there and blink at him for a moment.
7, 8, and 9. He swipes over to 7, 8, and 9 and hands it back to you. And there's like various questions on there.
Do you have a keyboard? I don't do well with glows.
They're yes and no questions. Or 1 through 5.
Can I just hit Y and N?
Yeah. Or
Oh,
1
that's
through 5.
Oh, sure. All right, then.
Okay. So you look at it, and it looks like a combination of like personality / psych assessment, and then like just some general questions about, you know, what kind of work you want to do, you know, blah, 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 blah. But like the psych and personality stuff is like, when I get angry, I A, punch a wall, B, hurt someone, C, take a walk, D, have a drink, E, breathe deep. So how are you answering all the questions?
I'm going to roll medical, and I'm going to give them exactly what they want to hear. Because I've probably analyzed several of these type of forms before. I'm also going to attach my actual resume, so it's got my med school was Columbia University, and I did a trauma surgery fellowship for Sanocorp in Panama. So I'm including all of it.
That would all come through. Yeah, okay. So go ahead and give me a medical roll.
Okay. All right, 16 and a 15 is a 31.
Okay. So you hand him the glow back, and he says, sir, have a seat right there. Would you like a cup of coffee?
No. Yeah, I would. I like my coffee like I like my women. And that's all he says.
Okay. He points you to the other side of the lobby, and he says, help yourself, and one of our recruiters will be out here shortly.
You got a bathroom?
Yeah. And he points like right around the corner. He goes, it's right there.
Then he's going to go get somebody?
Yeah. Few minutes. One of our recruiters will be out.
Okay. All right. Now, the number one data stick had to go into any computer, or it had to go into a specific computer?
She said any.
Because Cricket does. Okay. Is there like a public access computer somewhere around here?
You just handed it back to him.
Okay. Hey, can I see that again?
Sure. Did you want to make a quick change to your...
Yeah.
He brings up your profile on the glow. He goes, here you go.
Right. And then I said, can I take it in the bathroom with me? Gotta go.
We'd prefer if you didn't. That's not very hygienic.
Please.
You see him reach under his desk and pull out some sanitizing wipes. He's like, sure.
All right. Goes into the bathroom. Sits, closes up the stall. Takes out the first stick and puts it into the glow.
Okay. You see it start to run an executable file.
Okay.
Now it's all about who's better. Duh. Oh, okay. Okay. You see it run an executable file. After about 90 seconds, it says program complete, and then it disconnects.
All right. I'll take the stick out and drop it in the toilet.
Okay.
I'm walking out. There you go. Thank you.
Okay. He says, "Have a seat. One of our recruiters will be right with you." He takes a sanitizing wipe and wipes down the glow.
Good idea. He goes and takes a seat, takes out his own comm and texts Flynn, "Where you at?" And then logs into his social media. Ding.
I love this narrative that Cricket turned gangster there for a second.
Flynn is over at the diner, and I'll text back across the street, getting food, seeing what's up. How you doing?
Give me a crawler.
Thumbs up emoji.
Okay, after about 5 minutes, you see another man come out. A Hispanic male, looks to be in his early 20s. He goes, "Mr. Onts? Onts?
Antis.
Mr. Ontis, come with me." He goes, "We verified your application via chip scan. Come in." And he takes you about halfway back down the building and into a small conference room. And he goes, "So,
This place is pretty sweet."
you're an oddly qualified candidate to work here."
Oh, good. When can I start?
Well, we have to get through the the interview process first. Why did you leave Sanocorp?
It wasn't so much that I left them as that they left me.
What? How do you mean?
We were operating a trauma clinic out of Panama, and they pulled out and kind of left me behind. Really sucked.
I see. And I noticed there's a bit of a gap in your resume. So since you left Sanocorp, what have you been doing?
This and that. You see, Sanocorp wasn't too keen about me. Let's see, since I got the fellowship through them, and then they considered me breach of contract. So I wasn't able to work in any of their anywhere where they had pull, basically. That's why I came to Texas.
I see. That's why you came to. Well, that was my next question.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay. All right. By the way, it's a very interesting suit you're wearing.
I like it. Thank you.
You seem to be a touch on the eccentric side. You realize that by working for us, you would be working with inmates.
I've worked with words.
How do you mean?
People's with people, right? They all patched up the same. Plus, with my history of trauma surgery, people are getting spanked all the time.
Right, but I would be more concerned about the inmates taking advantage of you because of your eccentric personality.
Oh, I don't take guff from nobody.
You don't?
Nope. Not when I'm on the job.
Okay. Why don't you describe for me the most challenging surgery you ever did?
Oh, we're doing this PR stuff, huh? Okay. Our game. PR 101. All right. Okay. I'll relay the most absolute disgusting, gory trauma surgery, like reattaching limbs, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to see if I can get this person to just get green around the gills.
Okay, give me another medical roll.
Sorry. And this is intelligence-based, correct?
He's going to make a posed determination check.
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't good.
All right, so that's 17. So that is a 32.
Okay, you get about 3 minutes into the description as you're describing having to attach cybernetic limbs, like temp cybernetic limbs to somebody just to keep them alive.
Sometimes you have to use the teeth, to hold a fissure.
And so, as you do that, you see him starting to turn green, and I mean, like you that.
And I'm doubling down. I'm trying to get this guy so sick he leaves.
Will you excuse me for a moment? Just stay right here.
Sure. No problem. Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Get a drink of water.
He leaves.
All right, as soon as he does, I'll pull out the second stick and I'll stick it to his computer.
Okay. You see it run an executable file.
Right, and but I'm going to try and do it in at least a little stealthy. I'm not going to just be like, I'm going to do like, I'm going to stand up and like look at his desk like I'm looking like, you know, like, and then I like sit in his seat like I'm like testing it out, you know, like, you know, and then like rubbing my butt on it. And then I like take my shoes off and like put them up on his desk and go, and then as I'm leaning over, that's when I'll slot the stick.
This is a form of biological warfare.
Okay. Not even going to make you roll for that because that was very good and descriptive. So I'm leaving that one alone. You can just do it. So you get the second in. It runs the executable.
While that's going on, I'd like to say that Flynn's Qualcomm goes off.
Is this a voice call or a text?
It's a voice call.
Hello.
Yeah. So, how's it going over there? We haven't seen nothing, hadn't heard nothing from you boys, and we're getting a little worried. It seems to be taking some time. I mean, this was just a quick in and out job, right? He's just got to get them computers hacked, right?
Well, I haven't seen any alarms go off, but he did ask me for a donut.
A what?
A donut.
Like the kind you eat or the kind you sit on when you got the roids?
I'm going to assume it's the one you eat.
Yeah.
But I think they only have churros here.
Now, dear Flynn, you hear him in the background. Now, dear Flynn, will you pick us up some of them pierogies? You know they're good down here in Texas.
It's called pierogi.
Pierogi? Whatever. Pierogi? I don't know. They good. It's like
I'm definitely at the wrong
like
restaurant
a dog
for pierogies.
Oh.
Well, where are you at?
Little Mexican joint.
Oh, and bring me some taquitos, please. I enjoy taquitos.
I think they only have tamales.
Son bitch. That's
They do
fine.
have good looking tamales.
That's fine. I'll stop bothering you. We're just trying to just check in once in a while. Send us a text. Let us know how you're doing. All right. We're just kind of sitting here laying back at the truck stop.
So I know we have Qualcomms and communication.
Yeah, we're the mall.
Is Cricket using his? Like, is he relaying any of this?
Hiking this whole thing? Absolutely.
Your Qualcomm is in your head. And so you're basically like thinking the stuff to talk. Okay. So if Cricket's relaying, it's whatever's going through his head that he wants to share.
100%. Open book.
So
I might not have the right channel for Cricket. Can you just send me? You want to send me his Qualcomm information?
So here's the thing.
I ain't got shit from him. I ain't seen nothing.
I dipped into it a few minutes ago, and I immediately turned it off because he was in the toilet, and I haven't clicked back into it. I'm a little scared, but I suppose.
I mean, you are supposed to be. While you're his partner, you're supposed to be watching him.
Okay.
I didn't want to watch that, asshole. Also, take that both ways.
Fine, that's fine. If you won't be that way, that's fine. Just we're here waiting for you. We're at the mall. I think we're gonna get Flynn. We're gonna get some. We're gonna get some churros.
We're
right?
gonna find that Shipley donuts.
Donuts.
Yeah.
We're gonna find some donuts. I'll let you go.
Pretzels.
I'll let you go. Pretzels.
All right, pretzels.
All right, we got some pretzels. And we'll get one. I'll get you one of them. Taquito Julius I was talking about.
Yeah.
So I am going to click into the Qualcomm stream, and I see what's going on. So I know it's okay, but I'm like dipping in and out.
Hey, Cricket, what are you doing now?
Well, after I've slotted the stick, then
What's done? Whatever program it's going to run.
Yeah, and then I've got stick number 2, and I kind of look around and I just go and swallow it, and then I'll sit down. But I forgot to put my shoes back on, so the shoes are still under his desk when I sit down and when he comes back in.
Okay. Oh, he's gonna make a perception. Okay. He looks down and he goes, "Are these your shoes?"
I go, "Huh? Oh, yeah, sorry." And I get up and I crawl under his desk, like by his knees, and I'll like pull the shoes out, and I stand up and I go, "Sorry about that," and I'll go and sit back down.
Okay, well, obviously you're very qualified, so I'm going to pass this up to the recruiting manager, and they'll be in touch. We have your contact information, obviously, from your chip. And do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, who's your medical director?
A Dr. Mowry.
Dr. Mowry. May I speak with them?
They're not here.
Could I vid chat with him?
I can get you his contact information. He works out of the headquarters in Dallas.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay. Now, question. How deep did they want me to go? They said if you can get even deeper. I would imagine, like, is this deep enough for number 3, or is this, would I have to find some other location?
You have no idea.
All right, so it's just whatever I got. Okay. All right. All right, and I stand up and I go, "Are you feeling okay?"
He goes, "I'm feeling better now."
Can I examine you? You don't look so good.
I suppose you are a doctor.
I am. And then I look behind me like, I am.
Okay, so he says, "Sure."
Okay. And then I'll use my my healer's hand, and I'll just kind of do a diagnostic on him, and then I'll go, no. Nope. Are you feeling short of breath right now?
No.
Okay. Headache?
A little bit. Now, I think that came from the vomiting.
Oh, yeah, that happens. And then I'll like, as I'm doing this, I'm like checking his pulse, and then I run my hand around the back, like to like the base of his spine, and I'll inject him with a sedative with my finger.
Okay.
Enough.
And he passes out.
I don't want to OD him. I'm just I just want to knock him out. Okay. And then I'll take his badge.
So you knock him out. So now what are you doing?
I take his badge.
He doesn't have a badge. It's all chips. It's in his arm.
How hard would that be to remove?
I mean, with a knife, not terribly difficult.
I have one of those. Actually, my healer's hand has a scalpel in the finger. Mm-hmm. So, yep. I'll just I'll be like, oh, and I'm pantomiming like, oh, then I kind of like lay his head down on his table like, oh, no. I'll get some help, and then I'll just kind of cut that chip out.
Okay, give me a medical roll.
Okay. That is not so good. That's a 17. That's a roll of a 3.
Good enough. Okay. So you very, I mean, not as cleanly as you would have liked, but you scalpel in under his forearm and hold the chip, and it's you know that the chip is encrypted with a basically a grown sac, right, that it lives in, that's coded to the DNA of the user. So you have to take that with you for it to continue working, or it locks itself down. You know this because you've seen him before. So yeah, you pop his chip out.
Okay. And I'll just I'll slap an slap an anti-coag on his arm, and then I'll write on it in a Sharpie marker, just like leave on for 24 hours.
Okay. Okay, where are you going now?
Then I will go to the elevator. And there's a directory. All right, so now I'm texting Flynn and go, okay, got an HR person's tech chip, so I can get as deep as we want. How far do we need to go?
I leave that on red for a second because what the fuck? And I text back to the rest of the team. So this was amazingly successful.
I told you he is an esteemed colleague and doctor. This plan was foolproof from the beginning. As he takes the thing out and just like wipes the sweat from his brow.
I mean, I had my doubts, but I'll take your word for it.
So from what I remember, we had the 3 sticks. The first 2 were basically getting the raw information, and the third one was to take out their network.
Yeah, it's it'll work on the local network, but yeah, it was kind of a in case shit.
So, I don't think we need to take them out yet. What do you think? Can this just be a come back out, good job done, and we leave so they don't know we were here, or do we want to knock them out?
Who are you asking?
Group chat.
All right. I go, well, I text back. I did kind of give him my real resume.
Fuck.
Nuke it. Wait,
Not necessarily a bad thing.
Hold on. If we nuke it, does she still have access to the system?
Well, why don't we ask her real quick if she has everything?
Hey, is she in our group chat?
No, I'll reach out. I'll take care of it. I'll reach out.
Corvus,
I'm trying to get another step closer to that eggplant water droplets emoji exchange. Let me see what I can do.
all right, Corvus, I believe in you.
And Corvus will text in, what can you, the letter U, C, letter C, now? Question mark, smiley face, wink.
Please tell me that Corvus texts with one finger.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. It's a total hunt and peck.
Okay, so she says we've pulled a lot of data. It's going to take some time to analyze, but unless they happen to have air depth systems that we can't see, we don't know. But there's a lot here.
And then Corvus texts back, cool, period, wink, yellow heart.
Well, now hold on. Can she clean up our poor friend Cricket's information so he is not, hunted down for the rest of his life? Or maybe we're getting him a job. I don't know.
I can ask her, but that's a lot to type. I think that's bigger than a text. Should I call? I'll call.
Yeah,
I'll call her.
yeah.
I'll
You
call
can put it on speakerphone if you need to. I'll coach you through.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna be my wingman now?
Yeah, it's only fair I pay you back.
I think that's fair. And he'll throw the communications code into the comm on the glow, and I thought this might be a better question to ask face to face, as much as we can be face to face with such a great distance between us. Look, our friend has provided his actual resume instead of a falsified document. Could we perhaps ask you talented ladies to remove that document from said systems?
We can definitely give it a shot. So she's kind of like, go ahead.
Is this just a group conference call at this point?
I mean, basically,
Play telephone because
it is, 'cause
he's calling her on Oh, you can hear what he's doing through his Quancom that you're keyed into right now, but you couldn't talk through his mouth, so you would have to add hello,
Just ask her if we should nuke it or not.
She
excuse
says,
me.
"Nuke it."
Oh, all right. Okay.
Cricket.
Cricket, it's your time to shine, sir.
And that
She
Tara,
goes, "You might want to tell him to run."
Oh, and then run.
To run. Okay. Tara, thank you so much for your time and effort. You have done an amazing job. I look forward to seeing you in person again, somewhat soon.
And Hades is off to the side going smooth.
I'll text Cricket
And
back.
Corvus does this with he smooths his mustache.
I'll text Corvus thumbs up, and then I'll text Cricket, do the thing, and run like hell.
Okay. Should we go maybe meet them, or should we take the truck in a little closer? Or, they got the sedan, Hades. So we.
Mall. So you're at the mall still.
Yeah, we should probably go ahead and pack this up here.
Yeah, should we go back to the truck?
Yeah, if you need to hit a Spencer's or a Hot Topic on the way out, we should go ahead and do that now. Otherwise, we might need to catch our friends on the flip side.
The franchise made it that far into the future. Good for them.
That's fine. I might hit that Spencer's for they have some of that spicy. We want to talk about it. I might need it later. I might have. Forget it.
That's fair.
I am going to go to the car and bring it around front.
Okay. Well, you notice that Cricket left the keys in it and didn't lock it.
And it didn't get stolen?
Not yet.
Big wins.
All right.
It's the middle of the day. Okay, so Cricket, what are you doing?
So I'll slot die. So they're like, nuke it, do the thing, and I'm like, okay. So slot the third chip or the third stick into the same computer. I'm assuming it'll work that way.
Okay. You see it running an executable program again. And as soon as you see the bar go to 100%, all of a sudden the screen starts filling up with weird fragments and data and all kinds of weird crap.
All right, I take out my hand sanitizer, my hand sanitizing wipes, and I just pop the top off of it and pour it onto the computer, and then just kind of throw it in dude's lap, light my lighter, and drop it and run.
Okay, so as you exit the room, you hear the flames start behind you, but as you're leaving, you notice all the computers on the cubicles out in the primary, the main breezeway, are starting to have the same computer issues that was happening in his office. And then about 10 seconds after you leave the office, you hear the fire alarm go off.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm just panicking.
And you see people getting up from their desks and heading for the stairways because they're heading for the stairways.
Right. And I'm like, this is not a drill. And I run.
While you're running, do the falsies come out?
Yes.
Okay. So you run the thing. Outside, Flynn, you can see on the exterior of the building the flashing lights from the fire alarm. And about 30 seconds later, you start hearing the distant sound of sirens heading your direction.
Well, I'm going to keep the car running and look out for our number one spy boy. I assume this is like an Indiana Jones as he's running to me.
So as you reach the lobby floor, you see people, going out of the lobby and heading toward what looks like You see like tower fire marshals. They're people with little signs that say Group 4, Group 3, Group 2. And you see people kind of filtering over there so they can start getting the thing. And then you see Flynn in the car where you left it.
All right. I run past the groups. Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me. And then I'll just
in the car.
And
Just as the fire trucks approach,
I'll get in. Oh, hey, Flynn. You got my donut?
Hey, buddy. I do.
Firefighter-
Good job.
run in the building.
And we pull away.
Snap my seatbelt.
Safety first, kids.
That's a good donut. And then I hand Flynn the little meat sack that has the guy's chip. You want that? I don't know what to do with it. That's a chip. You can put it in your arm. I can put it in your arm.
No.
Maybe we could give it to the ladies. They could do something with it.
I'm going to put it in the cup holder.
There you go. It's got all chain and shit in it. Yeah.
I suppose it is about time for us to leave and get back to our convoy then.
Yeah,
So
I think we should get back. I'm kind of missing. I'm missing the nest. The
All
mall's
right.
nice, but I mean, I seen it, right? I mean, you've seen it all here. We don't need nothing here.
Yeah, I've had enough mall goss for today. I think we are good to go.
I prefer Visigoths myself.
You are a man of taste, sir.
Thank you.
I'm going to take a very long, winding route away through the city
Okay.
and circle back.
Okay.
Like an hour or two of just winding through the city.
You actually basically head the direct opposite way. You go south on the 280, then you hit like their beltway and go all the way around the long way.
I'll take like 2 laps on the beltway.
Oh, that's like 5.5 hours in Houston.
Okay, I can't. Never mind. I can't take that long.
You're fine to do the beltway once. Trust me.
Okay. So you guys get back to Peter's house, and it looks like Tara and Cassie are going through some of the data. There you go. So, how'd it go? The news said there was a fire.
It went surprisingly well.
Who set the fire?
Wait, did someone set a fire?
No. We didn't start the fire. It's always burning.
It's true.
Yeah.
So the security cameras and everything, that's all wiped out?
Nuked.
Fantastic.
I don't know who started a fire either.
Yeah. The world is full of mysteries, my ladies.
And then I hold out the little meat sack. Would you have any use for that?
She goes, yeah, maybe. And she puts it to the side in like a little baggie.
Cool.
The chips are hard to come by.
Yeah, I bet.
She goes, all right. Well, we found some information that we can tell you. She goes, we found the black site, and it is northwest of Sonora. We were looking in the right place. Okay. So, the issue is, it looks like they're going to be moving them out of the black site to the airport tomorrow morning at 4 a.m.
Well, sounds like it's an early wake-up call for us then.
Yeah. She goes, here's the other weird thing. She goes, she looks at you, Cricket. She goes, you're a doctor, right?
Affirmative.
She, like, sends you some of the data to your glow. She goes, what do you make of that?
All right, I take out the glow and I like wipe it off. I'm assuming you want me to roll?
Yeah, so what you see is a series of documents about the people that you're looking for, but they're heavily, heavily redacted, but there's still a lot of medical data in there.
Okay.
Okay. So give me either a medical or a science check.
Okay, I'll do medical. That is 25. That's an intelligence check, correct? Or is that something separate?
Oh, determination.
Determination. Okay. I could technically re-roll that because I have
Save it.
save it. It's okay. All right, so I'll keep it.
Okay, so the first thing you see is there's not 2 people, there's 8.
I go. Well, the first thing is there's 8 people in this transport, not 2.
Now the second thing is, for reasons which are redacted that you're not seeing, they've had to put them into a modified medically induced coma. Apparently, 4 of them, when they tried to just put them in a standard medically induced coma, it didn't take. They killed 7 guards.
Okay.
That sounds dangerous.
Sounds like a Tuesday.
So now they've basically got them in a modified medically induced coma in stasis chambers. And that's how they're transporting them.
All right. So I will say, yeah. So the first thing is there's not the numbers are wrong. And you said 2. The 2 didn't take, or 3?
4 of them didn't take.
4 didn't take. Okay. So, and that is. So there was a total of 12. Now there's a total of 8, or there was a total of 8. Now there's a total of 4.
They eventually managed to subdue the 4 that the initial medically induced coma didn't work on, and they had to come up with a new technique to basically sedate them.
Okay, so we didn't lose 4. The 4, it just didn't work on 4.
Okay.
At least the first try didn't. The second try did, but they had to go pretty above and beyond.
So
These people are drugged to their gills.
Right. This isn't standard sedation. This is something that you would do for someone who's in like a hyper like cybernetic state or something like that.
You're pretty sure this much drugs would kill people.
Yeah. There's no way that these people are alive if they're unless they're something, they're modified in some way.
Do we know if the 2 people supposed to get are in this group?
Yep. You've got 8 names. 2 of the ones you're looking for. Looks like there's 6 more in this group. All of them, like you look at the trip tickets, all of them came out of Johannesburg. All of them were transported first out of Johannesburg via ground transport. As you're kind of looking through your intelligence stuff, somebody give me an investigation roll.
Fantastic.
20.
Flynn is the worst fucking investigator.
But it is an amazing cook.
Yep.
He is.
13.
For the record, natural 1.
All right. Okay, so what you get out of this stuff is, with your role, Corvus, is they were transported overland to ocean, literally the freaking ocean. They were put on a boat and then brought over via boat all the way to Houston. And then they were taken off, transported overland to this black site in Sonora, where they've been under observation for about a week. Now it looks like they're transporting them to another research facility in Alaska tomorrow.
What I'm seeing here is it looks as though these folks were taking on roughly about a 3-hour tour over to Houston.
I've seen that show before.
They thank you. They were offloaded, and I believe Skipper and Gilligan took the people over to the black site, the dark site, whatever you call it, the secret place, and then they're supposed to be headed to Alaska tomorrow. So we don't got a lot of time to get in there and snatch them up.
So are we gonna get all of them, or are we just gonna get 2 of them now? Because you described the skipper, but we also got the professor and Mary Ann in here.
So since we are going over this data with everybody at this point, I'm going to look to the two girls that are heading this all up. Is this an all or nothing thing? Do you want the rest of them, or are we only extracting the two?
I mean, technically, the job is for the two. You get paid for the two.
But
So these other names, do you know these other names? Do you know people? Do you have any intel on them?
Let me look. Yes, they're all Malfinia employees.
well, now this just became maybe a hair more profitable. Then, don't you think? Maybe we could get a little extra
we can
out
certainly
of
charge.
this.
We can certainly charge extra, for the additional bodies. In some form or fashion, somebody will pay for them.
So Cricket, as you're looking through, one of the things that didn't get redacted is that two of the people in this group had cybernetics, and then at some point their cybernetics were rejected.
Like the body rejected them?
Yep.
How common is that? Especially if after they've had the implant for a while.
Yeah, and that's what the medical records say is they had the implant for 6 and 9 years respectively, and the body went, nope, done,
Yeah.
and then regenerated the original limb.
Which, all right. So I'm looking. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. They went through cybernetic rejection years and years after the implants. That doesn't make any sense. You don't reject after cybernetics. I mean, if it was an organ or something like that, then possibly, if you're not taking the right kind of medications, but not for cybernetics now. So these people, their bodies rejected their cyberware, and then they regenerated their own tissue. That doesn't happen.
All right,
Wasn't there some sort of like a meteorite or something that hit near there? Isn't that what you were telling me?
Yeah, definitely. And the Corp was researching that meteorite and then pulled their own people out. So this was an accidental exposure. This was some sort of experiment gone wrong. There is a massive amount of crucial data here.
I mean,
I'm gonna go out on a limb, boys. Regardless of getting paid, we need to talk to these people because this is huge.
well, when they came out of sedation, they killed 7 guards.
Well, wouldn't you if you had the chance?
I'm just saying.
We're not guards.
We might, as smooth of a talker as some of us are.
Thank you.
We might be able to talk to them, or they might be freaking psychos.
I mean,
Well, there's more than one way to talk to somebody, right? And then and Corvus like reaches over his shoulder and pats the butt of his shotgun.
that is also fair.
They also hate the Corp, which good company.
Remember, the two that you're being sent to retrieve have to come back alive. That's part of the deal.
I'm saying we recover them if Hades is right. There's more money in this, but not necessarily for who hired us. I can keep these people alive. I can keep them in stasis.
Yeah. Okay, so I think our objective is to extract the vehicle they're on.
Well, I mean, I got a hitch on the back of the crow's nest. We can just hitch her up.
Oh, do we have any intel on the actual transport? Like, is it a big semi-truck? Is it a convoy? Do we know the guard structure?
You do, actually. And so there are... Excuse me. Okay. So, from the black site, they're putting the stasis... Whatever they are, you're looking at specifications for it. They've basically got them in these crates, for lack of a better term, that they're medical crates that have vitals on the outside, and they just keep them in. They're being transported by 8 of the of what detention calls their react teams, and they're being transported to a aircraft, not a suborbital, but a standard plane. It's got clearance to leave Texas airspace and head for Alaska.
And the vehicle itself.
Semi on the way there, and then
The plane. Any escort vehicles, or are the response team, the react team, just in the semi with them?
in the back.
There are 8 individuals, you said, or 8 teams?
8 individuals. That's what
Okay.
it says. 8
Fantastic.
individuals leaving the who are the primary escort, who are leaving the black site with them. That, based on what you're reading, does not appear to include any plane crew or load masters or anybody else who might be other corrections people who might be on the plane.
I believe our best
Okay.
course of action then is to make sure they do not get on that plane.
Yeah, because our two tactics here are we either hit the truck or we hijack the plane.
I mean, I
I think it
can
would be
fly.
harder to hijack the plane.
I can fly a plane, yes, but you are correct.
You have
Yes, I do.
Tactics, I got it.
Yep.
give me a tactics roll.
Come on, Grace. 15.
Tactics is intelligence, right? Yeah, so that's 21.
Okay, so
Flynn is just a dummy.
you've got
but very attractive.
Very
got
attractive.
you've got 2 problems that you see. Flynn, the problem that you see is this: there may be only 8 inside the truck, but you're not far from the black site, and you also remember that she told you there was a legit prison not far away on the south side of Sonora. So they're gonna have support within fairly close things. Hades. The problem that you see is if you hijack. So basically, Flynn, what you're saying is if you hijack the truck, you got to find a way to do it without them realizing you hijacked the truck, so you can get far enough away to transfer them before tension figures out what's going on. Because if they do, they're going to be looking for you really fast, and you're going to still be moving over ground. Hades, the issue you see with flying away is you have Texas Air Defense to worry about. If detention gets word to Texas Air Defense that you're the wrong people, or if Texas Air Defense somehow thinks you're wrong, they'll just shoot you down. So both have risks and plot.
And just to let you know, it hurts a lot more than the suborbital flight that we took getting here. You will
shot
hurl
down?
more.
And how far is it from the black site to the prison?
From the black site to the prison?
Yeah, like how long would the transport be?
Oh, so they're not going to the prison, they're going to the airport.
Sorry. So from how long are they on the road to get to the airport?
They're
Jesus.
gonna take switchbacks, and it's dirt roads. You're saying only looking at the ones that they can take with the semi, you're guessing about 7 or 8 miles. So, but they're gonna go slow, probably 35 miles an hour. So call it 15 minutes.
I'd rather take my chances on land than I would in air.
Yeah.
I agree with the land plan.
I agree with that too.
Land plan makes the most sense. Can we get some additional drone support with weapons from our hosts here?
They say yes, but they're reticent to use it because the minute you put drones big enough to carry heavy enough ordnance in the air, you start attracting government attention.
Okay, so what about... Can we do a switch? How fast could we do a switch? Could we hijack the truck, get them into a new vehicle, and then send the truck one direction and us the other?
I mean, this is a Xeno hauler, my friend. We don't have to switch the trucks. We can attach that truck to this truck, and this truck can pull that truck.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about like a deception. If we can switch out the cargo, could we send the truck in the opposite direction we're going, or blow it up, whatever, to throw them off our trail?
Based on the specs that Cricket has, you can fit the stasis tubes in his hauler.
All of them?
Yeah. That's big.
But then we'd have to move all of them, and that's heavy.
Here's the thing. They took out how many guards when they woke up? Why don't we take the two people that we're looking? We keep the two people in stasis that we're trying to take, and then we just wake up the rest of them and let them kick their ass. So we could do that.
It is an interesting proposition unless they start firing on us, but then again, we are the ones that are keeping them from going to Alaska. So my hope would be that
we could delay it.
Tara says but are you just going to leave them out in the middle of the desert by themselves?
Well, we could offer them a way out.
They'll have the truck.
They will have the truck, as well as whatever else that we could... I mean, I'm willing to just give them my damn helicopter at this point. I mean, if it gets us out of here.
I mean, it's certainly the white hat thing to do, but I mean, I'm sure these people in stasis, I'm sure they all got families that pay a couple souls, right, to get their people back.
I would rather see them alive than us get paid if it's easier for us to escape alive ourselves.
I imagine if they are being transported via stasis, they do not want to go willingly, so anything that we can do to stop that from happening will probably be more appreciated, assuming that the good doctor is able to wake them up in a rapidly enough time without any harmful effects.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
Trust me.
Well, you've done us good so far, so I have no reason not to.
Cricket's the MVP, so I think he's got damn good.
We're gonna award it to him after the show. So I believe we are just trying to get onto we are gonna try to get onto the truck and wake any of these up. Or
so, Flynn, you were on ground side, right? I gave you the ground tactic? Yes.
Yeah.
So you think you've got what route they're going to take. That's your guess. Based on the fact that they're driving a semi and looking at the road, there's basically only one or two routes they could take, and really there's a best route that's probably the safest for them. So...
I mean, we could always pull the old, broke down truck ploy. That's worked in the past for me spectacularly.
Now hold on a second. Now I'm not a bioengineer by any means, like our good doctor here, but do we believe that they could be EMP'd if the stasis fields stop working automatically, or do they need to be properly woken up? Will they have bad effects if they just stop working?
When you put somebody into a medically induced coma, you have them on a ventilator.
Oh, so they would stop breathing then?
Correct.
Well, we're gonna have to do a different plan.
That's bad, right? That's against the end we are trying to accomplish.
Yeah, that is not the tactic that we want to take. I believe
sedating them.
Yeah.
Now.
All right, I believe ambush is our way then.
Well, so I say, if we can get ahead of them, I can break the crow's nest down in the middle of the road, kind of stopping them dead, and then as in classic Hollow films, then the rest of you can come out and around the truck and and assault in a typical manner, catch them by surprise.
Well, I'm all for blowing some shit up
and run us off the road.
Well, if we know,
and Corvus like pats the side of the truck, pats the inside of the truck. The crow's nest can take quite the pounding, if I might say so myself.
well, what if as well if we are able to figure out the route that they are gonna take, could we just lay a trap for them as well? They slow up even just a little bit because the crow's nest is in their way, or we divert their traffic somehow, and then boom goes the dynamite to stop the truck at least and shake up the people in there.
Roll.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Did you?
If one doesn't have the skill, Alex, what's that impairment for me? What does that cost me?
Did you roll a natural 20?
Yep.
I did.
There's no
Nice.
impairment. You just don't have any extra skills to it.
That's a straight 18 for Corvus, but we already have a natural 20 on the table, so
Yeah.
It as you're looking at the map, at the satellite photos of the area, Flynn, you think you see the spot. There is a switchback that they have to take where they would have to come to basically about 2 miles an hour, right? Because it's such a tight turn, right? You could position yourself with your truck on a small hillock just above that and have the perfect vantage point while they're at that like 2 mile an hour. Like you've seen semis take slow turns when it's tight on the right.
Yeah.
Like tight right turn for them before they start heading down the road toward I-10. You think that that's probably your pigeon. There's
Okay,
a little
so
some bushes, like pretty heavy sage.
I lay this out. If they come to almost a dead crawl to get through this spot, we can either take the truck out, shoot the engine block, plant some explosives, whatever, or we can just jump onto the truck and fight our way in.
Corvus puts his hand up to his chin, strokes his mustache. I might be able to help with the whole engine block question as he gestures over to the workbench that has the large railgun broken down on it.
You got what I was laying down, buddy. Thank you.
You know, sometimes the subtleties go over my head, but I think I got you.
I like that plan.
So I think this is our go.
Worst comes to worst, we can just, if they're stuck at 2 miles an hour, I can take the crow's nest down that embankment and just ram the shit out of them.
Well, I have an alternate plan though. If you were gonna try to do that, and he looks over at the gator, he's like, "I'm gonna need a little bit bigger tires on that, and I'm gonna need to mount the railgun or a railgun on top of that."
Well, I only got the one, and I'm gonna need that, and so you may have to get another one from our British friends.
Hades kicks
Give him
open
a
the
spot of
chest
tea and
next to
wood.
him, and then just pulls one out. And he's like, "You mean like this one?"
That'll do.
Always come prepared, my friend. But I believe you would be a good man to hook us up here. That would give you and the good doctor a farsight, or me and the good doctor, one of the two. We give a pincer maneuver. You get them from the front and hit that engine block. We'll get them from the backside and do what we can do.
I believe in the business they call that the London Bridge.
I wouldn't know. I'd have to ask our
What business you're in?
I mean, he's not wrong.
Okay.
Sounds like we got a
Hey,
plan.
let's take a break.
So what we're gonna do.
Yep.
So is there any other equipment? So you got a couple gators, your rail guns. Is there any other equipment you want before you leave? Because for our bio break, that's your 5-hour drive out to Sonora.
I mean, I've got everything on me.
I think Corvus is going to let someone else drive while he works on the gator with Hades, and works on getting his railgun put together also. So, anyone
Okay.
else want to drive?
Well, I can drive the car, or you want to drive the?
Somebody's got to drive the truck
Oh,
while Corvus works on. I guess they could just set the. You know what? Corvus is just going to set the course into the auto drive and let it do
yeah,
its thing.
yeah.
That's
Cricket
very
just
easy for
behind the wheel like he is driving, but he's not.
It's a fake wheel, dummy.
do anything.
All right.
So you guys gather your equipment and you get on the road again.
Well,
So, and you begin driving through Texas. Now, you'd mentioned you wanted to avoid San Antonio.
yeah, we're gonna have to go
Directly?
around that. Yep.
Well, I'd always wanted to see the basement at the Alamo.
Afterwards.
So you've got a route that takes you away from San Antonio. It only adds about 15 minutes to your drive.
Fair enough. Well, we'll go
right.
take a bio break, and then when we come back, we're probably gonna have to roll initiative eventually. How's that? Now it comes to the shoe sting when we come back.